Tonight, find out how the aristocratic Shanghainese love to entertain. When the esoteric have a need for retail therapy, where do they go and what do they buy? And how does a car like this help us enjoy our world more?
Welcome to Dolce Vita.
Do you guys ever feel like time is too precious and you just want to grab onto every minute of it?
Of course, I always do. I always feel that I've got too much work to do, but not enough time to do it in.
But other than managing time, in order to live a sweet life, what's most important is making every moment a memorable one.
I hope you guys will all get some inspiration on how to spend a good evening after watching this.
How about taking a nostalgic glimpse of how the aristocratic Shanghainese used to enjoy life?
Nostalgic? What sort of era are you talking about?
1930s? What's that remind you of?
I think about elegance, a mixture of European and Asian designs.
Right. That's the spirit of Avenue Joffre, which is also known as the Champs-Élysées of Shanghai. Now called Huaihai Zhonglu, Avenue Joffre in Shanghai was the hub of the aristocratic international society during the French concession of the 1930s, and the restaurant interiors reflect the sophisticated style of the era. The layout represents a Shanghainese mansion design with a parlor for receiving guests, drawing rooms for entertaining, and a balcony-styled area for something more refreshing. Shanghainese love to entertain and be entertained. They just love the company of people. So what better than having snack food available for guests?
So I'm guessing that's where these appetizers come in.
Absolutely. Traditionally, food was preserved or smoked for easy storage, and then served as appetizers when guests arrived.
Well, I'm glad to say that although the idea was for convenience and speed, the result is quite sophisticated.
Compared to other Chinese cuisine, Shanghainese cooking tastes sweeter, is more oily and looks more colourful. Often the phrase rich oil colour sauce is used to describe this cuisine. These smoked eggs are topped with fish roe for a modern twist. The smoky flavour is really apparent, and the mixture of the fish roe and caviar really refreshing.
This gluten is really good. The moisture is kept inside it, and it's a little bit sweet. The sauce is very nice.
The major cooking styles found in Shanghai tend to be braising, stir-frying, steaming, simmering, and marinating in fermented rice. Watercress is something the Shanghainese are very fond of, and together with the scallops, it makes a distinguishing tower of a dish. These appetizers, together with the huadiao cocktail, really give the meal a Shanghainese flavour. And this berry red beverage is bursting with flavours of cherry brandy, fruit juices, as well as the famous huadiao wine. Huadiao wine is a traditional Chinese specialty brewed from pure grains, and it's known for its invigorating health benefits of improving circulation and appetite. And if you're a teetotaler for the evening, then you have to try this fruit platter of banana, strawberry, pineapple and coconut cream. And here we have something a little meatier for the main course, braised pork belly.
I think I've had something similar before, but I think it had some wine in it.
That's the traditional way, but this has been adapted for people with milder palates. So Calvados has replaced Chinese wine.
Calvados? That's apple wine, isn't it? But I like it. All I can say is that aristocrats really knew how to live life well, even if it was the 1930s.
I couldn't agree more.
This is where the world's oldest international auction house is holding their autumn sale exhibition. With an estimated value of 3 billion Hong Kong dollars, it is their most valuable exhibition in Hong Kong so far. Now, looking around, I can see many rare and intriguing pieces. And with so much to choose from, I wonder which the star pieces are.
There's a lot of interest on mainland China at the moment, and some amazing pieces of art have come out from there. So what is it we should look for when it comes to buying art?
The idea of the Zhang Xiaogang that was from the old photo, the Chinese OB family old photo. So from the photo, you can see two brothers together, and they are not really close. They don't even look at each other. It symbolises during the Cultural Revolution, the people, the relationship between people, between family, between the brother and sisters. For the most of collectors, they can be easy to recognize the Wang Guangyi's icon, the image, because it was from the pop art and the Cultural Revolution poster.
Flourishing in sync with China's booming economy, Chinese artists are bursting with ways to express their thoughts about their motherland's erratic past. Europe has a well-established art scene and is the inspirational hub for artists everywhere. So what is expected to be of most interest to collectors? This instantly recognizable piece of radical art has been surrounded by controversy since art historians identified it as Pablo Picasso's self-portrait, but throughout his life the artist consistently denied it. This distinctive post-impressionist work is iconic Cézanne, as it's a landmark piece for his change in style. Such historically important pieces are rarely seen on the market. Andy Warhol is well known for his bright-coloured prints of famous faces, and although he's done a lot of male portraits, this one's one of the most interesting. Moving to the Ming Dynasty, there are these magnificent and important early Ming Buddhist gilt bronzes from the Spielmann collection, which have become known as visions of enlightenment because of their meditative qualities and awe-inspiring precision. Regarded as the Buddha of the future, his gestures of reassurance, bestowal of charity and expression of serenity are crisply portrayed in gold, red and black pigment. These meditative sculptures showcase the extraordinary ability of early 15th century craftsmen to conjure up the compassion emotions of gods and goddesses. It was the wonderful quality of the casting and gilding, together with their movement and refinement, captured the imagination of Alfred Spielmann and his son Jules Spielmann to embark on creating this visionary collection. It's surely a homage to the exceedingly high skills of the anonymous early Ming craftsman.
The large seated gilt bronze figure of Shakyamuni is perhaps the largest known figure of Buddha in the world, with no comparables in the Palace Museum or even in the Potala Museum. The only figure that comes close to it is a figure in the British Museum, which is actually 10 cm shorter than the present example. It's also complete with its original 25 scrolls that are all stuffed inside the base and that were put in the day of the consecration.
With such striking and notable Tibetan influences, it's easy to forget that these bronzes are of Chinese manufacture. But despite their exquisite nature and imperial markings, these gilt bronzes are considered rather esoteric. Here the Buddha is portrayed with his right hand in the earth-touching position, seated before a flaming border.
In the collection, a couple of very important pieces that belong to Emperor Wanli in the late 16th century, early 17th century, including an exceptional throne platform carpet. It's a carpet that was made for one of his halls to be put below the throne, and we've identified it from its size with the Zhonghedian, the Hall of Middle Harmony, which is the innermost, most central point of the Forbidden City. It's a very unique piece, and it's the first time that we offer a carpet of its importance on the market.
The Ming Dynasty ruled China between 1368 to 1644, and is famously responsible for the building of the Great Wall of China. The early Ming era was a period of cultural restoration and expansion. Images of landscapes, flowers and birds, as well as figural narratives were often favoured to glorify the dynasty. A Bureau of Design was established to ensure a uniform standard of decoration, and this lacquer table is a fine example of work from this period.
In our Ming theme sale this time, the star lot is a very exceptional blue and white Jarrand cover that we found in a chateau in the south of France, undiscovered over 100 years. It is one of the only such jars with its original covers to have been offered on the market, with only one comparable in the Royal Ontario Museum in Canada. It's painted with fruit all around the sides and is very typical of the Yongle period.
Come back to find out how sea travel need not be a rough ride. And what's the latest progress in the motor world? Vanessa, don't you find with our hectic schedules it's always so difficult to make it to family gatherings? There's never enough time to spend with friends and family.
That's so true. I always treasure all the time I spend with my family, especially as we get older. You never find the time to gel together.
What would be really great is if we could find a great place to spend some quality time with friends and family every now and then.
I wonder if a boat will help.
To get away from the concrete jungle, do a little sunbathing, have a drink or two, dive into the jacuzzi. We all know how to enjoy life, but I'm not in a hotel club. Guess where I am? That's right, I'm in an extravagant motorboat.
To the surprise of many people, Hong Kong's the most developed city for boating in Southeast Asia. Not only because there are many small islands to explore, but also there are plenty of crew and support services too.
Hi Winnie, nice meeting you today. I know that's a luxury to own a boat and to maintain one in Hong Kong. So what would you say attracts people in Hong Kong to own a boat?
Actually, there are two categories. The younger generations, they like water sports, like water skiing and wakeboarding, and so they like to own a small boat. And the other category is for luxury. Those rich people or big corporations, they like to entertain their guests or their buyers or business associates.
People who are really fond of the sea would definitely choose boats of exceptional quality. A perfectly designed boat should have a complete balance between a series of parameters and requirements. This yacht in particular stands out with its exclusive gyro system that reduces the rocking angle of the ship, which helps minimize seasickness. The lowest deck is an exclusive area for spacious bedrooms and suites. This master bedroom with a stylish ensuite bathroom features a cozy queen-size bed, as well as some fancy sea windows which offer an open view of the horizon. If you ask any boat owner, I bet most of them would tell you buying a big toy like this is more than just about ownership. It's more about a shared lifestyle, sensibility to surroundings, and more importantly, unbridled passion for adventures. Of all the fabulous features in these boats, I wonder what attracts people the most.
I think the main facility is to be able to get out on the water, enjoy the boat. Obviously the bigger boats have all the home comforts like air conditioning, refrigeration and so on.
While some of us are considering to buy an apartment in the most prestigious areas of Hong Kong, there are people who actually choose to live in a well-equipped motorboat.
Tri-deck yachts are frequently seen in the Mediterranean, but are rare in Asia because of the lack of cruising area for bigger models. This boat is actually one of the few you can find along the Hong Kong coastline.
Hi Hi Stuart, this is such a fabulous boat. What are some of the unique features of this boat?
This boat has been designed as a custom designed liveaboard. Basically, it gives people the opportunity as another alternative style of living on the water as opposed to living in an apartment in Hong Kong. And they're fully customisable inside, so people can totally design their own layouts from a blank sheet of paper and get exactly what they want out of their boat.
Oh, okay. What do you enjoy most on this boat?
Well, personally, the jacuzzi is a fantastic place to sit around and have a quiet champagne or something like that. But you know, I just love the amount of space and the light that brings into it. Gives a really nice, comfortable living space.
Other than a nice jacuzzi, this luxurious boat has 5 bedrooms and 1 guest room, which can be turned into a kid's playroom when the beds are folded up. What the Stewart family finds most enjoyable about living in the boat is that they can have as much sea view as they want. And, what's more, there's no noisy neighbours nearby either. Doesn't this just prove that yachts are built to be used and not just to be shown, as many boat owners will testify? Boating is considered luxurious not only because of soaring prices of boats, but also because of precious opportunity of getting so close to Mother Nature. Wouldn't you agree?
The ocean is one of the most fascinating playgrounds. There's nothing better than being in the center of the tranquil sea and enjoy the quietness with your loved ones during your free time. This just reminds you of the sailing dream that you have once forgotten.
Jason, my New Year's resolution is to learn how to use my time more efficiently.
Good for you. Well, I'm always thinking of new ways to save a little time every day.
Like what?
Commuting to work in a speedy car.
Vanessa, would you agree that we live in a constantly changing world and that it's not always easy to adapt to new things?
Well, I know that the world is changing a little bit every day, but I strongly believe that a little bit of change can be for the better.
What makes you think so?
Well, everything really, but being a car lover, I'm really inspired by car manufacturing and also the progress in their designs.
Car companies understand the importance of changes in response to the increasing demand for a better driving experience. So for many years, car designers have been working on designing cars with comfortable seating, attractive entertainment and impressive performance. In recent years, in order to cope with the need to improve air quality, environmentally conscious groups and car manufacturers from all around the world have collaborated to build cars which use fuels that are more environmentally friendly. The determination to make the world a better place seems to play a big role in our future well-being. In addition to being environmentally friendly, car manufacturers realise best cars need to fully protect their occupants during an accident. Unlike the past, most of the safety tests nowadays are done scrupulously on roads imitating most real-life conditions.
Car companies have been striving in developing the car with the best protection. Lots and lots of safety tests were performed on the cars to make sure they had the safest designs and used the safest materials.
Well, this car's gone through all of those tests and it's earned top ratings for protection against injury in collision tests. Definitely my cup of tea.
The award-winning designed seats, together with the highest caliber Swedish steel in the car body, provide top-notch safety.
I guess I can appreciate why you think changes are good. If not for the changes in this car, we wouldn't be able to experience a truly safe drive.
Well, however, I'm more interested in the car's utility. You know I love the outdoors.
That's exactly what this car offers. It has all the right equipment for true adventure and discovery. Let's gear up and go.
One of the best things about this car is that whatever that doesn't fit into the trunk can simply place on the specially designed roof rack or holder, like this bike here. And this spacious trunk will definitely give you more flexibility on your adventures.
This convertible has gone through 20 years of revolution and is considered one of the most desirable convertibles in many countries. Its outlook hasn't changed much over the years due to its forever popular and stylish appearance. But new features and accessories have been added to the newest models.
Convertibles have always been a big success. Although it's been many years since this company launched its first convertible, we can still see the silhouette of its prototype in the new versions.
This convertible hood can be opened and closed in 20 seconds. It's the most advanced design in the world.
I love convertibles, but I'm not so sure about driving an open-top car in the rain or in the cold, though.
Well, many people have that problem, but the hood of this car is made of 3 highly durable layers, and when closed, it reduces noises and provides excellent insulation.
Convertibles built in recent years tend to be sleeker, more aerodynamic and less boxy, and yet still maintain a modern and stylish appearance. Who says convertibles can only be 2-seaters? Ever since the innovative hood designs were installed, the guys in the back have just as much room as the guys in the front.
So Jason, now do you finally believe that change can be for the better?
Yeah, I'm still not so sure.
What do you mean you're not sure, after all the beautiful cars we've just seen and the conversations we've had?
The thing is, I don't have enough money to buy the car yet.
Well, what's that got to do with what we were talking about?
I've got to really drive the car to appreciate what good changes can do for me. That's all we've got time for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed watching.
And for more information about all the items on this week's episode, check out our website.
That's right. Next week, we'll bring you more ideas on where to eat, where to shop, and how to experience Dolce Vita in Hong Kong. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.